The podcast lamp is lighted on the 04 level aft.
Hey, everybody. John Lunsford here.
Jay Becker here.
And we are back for an exciting episode of the 04 Level Aft podcast. I have, sorry, I'm trying to do too many things here at once. We're trying to get back in here, and I'm going to tell you, Jay can attest to this. This is probably the 15th time we've tried to get on, and one of us had to cancel.
Yep.
It's like, ball game popped up. Storm just popped up, and so we'll be scheduled, and then we don't do it. That's why we don't go as far as to say, "Hey, tomorrow night there's going to be an episode," because I didn't know until an hour and a half before we were coming on that I was for sure coming. So
because you're expecting storms,
yeah, and we had one roll through, so it didn't last long, thank God. I mean, at least.
For those of you who don't know, John fixes power lines. So when there is storms, John has to go and fix power lines.
Yes, and in Louisiana, there are storms every day, it seems like.
He's a very important man.
I don't know about all that.
Brian's here. What's up?
Oh,
how you doing, Brian? You know what is up? The Yankees 1-0 against the Reds, top of the fourth.
Oh, no.
Suck it, Trebek.
Alex Trebek. What is it? He died. Why are you going to tell him to suck it for? I don't understand.
No, you've never seen that SNL skit?
Oh,
Celebrity Jeopardy?
The Sean Connery.
Suck it, Trebek.
The therapist, and he said the rapist. Oh, that's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Or a petite, and he said ape tit.
Lost back in. Brian, I hadn't talked to him in a while. I shot him a message earlier and told him he was coming on, and I'll just go ahead and get it started.
Brian, that's mean and hurtful. He just jumps right to it, doesn't he? You look like a lost Viking. Where is my helmet?
Yeah. So
I like that hat, though, John.
Yes. It's the 47 series, but it's got the foam.
That's what I like. Is the brim foam too?
The top, yeah, it's got like a foam top to it, but it's normal cardboard.
It looks like an old school hat, man.
It is. That was the intent. Was
that rope needs to be a little bit thicker though?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that rope thing. That's popular now amongst the kids in their hats. I'm not a fan.
I think the rope needs to be bigger though.
Well, I honestly didn't even realize this had a rope on it until you just mentioned it. So. It was on sale. GeorgiaDogs.com had it on sale for $25, and so I jumped on it. And on sale. So have you been to a Lids at all, like in the last 10 years?
I think the last Lids in Syracuse closed about 8 years ago. So yes, in the last 10 years, yes.
Like an official Major League Baseball hat. Like what they wear, the new era hats, like what they, because they have to wear an official hat. It's a new era hat. They're $45 now.
They're insane.
I remember like saving money to get one that was $20, like for a fitted hat.
Yeah, and I had to work about 7 hours just to afford that hat.
Right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you wouldn't wear it if you was going to get sweaty. Like I don't want to wear it because I don't want to get sweaty.
That salt ring gets on there.
Oh yeah,
it looks gross. And there's no matter what you do, you can't get the salt ring out without ruining the hat because you got to submerge it in some kind of liquid and it messes up the form. And
my dad would never let me put it in the dishwasher. And I'm sort of like that too. Like I don't know about putting a hat in the dishwasher. That's kind of disgusting. Even though there's no dishes in it, it's still kind of weird to me. Like I don't know.
Well, you know how Lids sold that like cage thing for hats. Remember the cage thing?
Right. Yeah. So you can put it in the dishwasher. Yeah.
It never worked.
In the wash. It
didn't work. It didn't work at all.
I saw. Okay, I'm gonna reach up here and grab this hat. I have a stack of hats here. Like you see, people buy you hats, right? And see how like flop down? Like all my Lake Champlain hats look like that. Yeah. And of course, this one I showed y'all one time. The USS America. I found that at a little Army thrift store. Merca. I saw a TikTok or YouTube channel or page on the video that talked about how you can steam them and put them on your head and it'll kind of build its shape back up.
Like a cowboy hat?
Yeah, to get it going back up again. So yeah, Jay's older than me. Brian, I think you're older than me too.
Brian, you're old too.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Let's see. How old is Brian? So for those of you who may be tuning in and never have tuned in before, and being that it's been so long, Jay and I served together on the USS Lake Champlain, CG 57, and for 4.5 years or so. And we both did podcasts when we reconnected over the years, thanks to places like YouTube and Facebook and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, happy birthday. Oh, I saw that. He turned 46 yesterday. So I'm older than Brian.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Yep.
Oh.
But anyway, so we smoked back then, and it was on the 04 level aft. And so that's the name of the podcast. So it's just us being stupid and talking what's going on in our world. Like I said, we've had multiple last minute cancellations, and not just on this one, and on any of the other things that I do. It's hard to do this kind of stuff and be a productive person in society.
Mm-hmm.
If this made money, it would be easier to say, no, I got to go do this, but this is just for fun. So because of softball and baseball, Jay's been on the baseball field and I've been at the softball field all summer. And next week we're going on a trip. I'm going to South Dakota to Mount Rushmore and all the other stuff. My father-in-law's from up there. I'm going to go fly fishing.
Been there, done that. Dude, it is absolutely gorgeous at Mount Rushmore.
I was so excited because we'll be there for the 4th of July. I said, I want to be there at the Mount Rushmore for the 4th of July fireworks.
Do you know where I'm going to be at 4th of July? In Hershey, Pennsylvania, at a baseball tournament. Another one. Another baseball tournament.
On the 4th of July? Who does that?
Baseball players.
Oh, they don't care.
They play every single.
How far is that? That's a long drive from where you're at, right?
That's not that bad. I mean, it's Southern PA, so it's got to be about 6-7 hours.
So is it like travel ball?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
He's playing travel ball. Yep. Well, that's as far as he's going because he's already, like I told you earlier, he's already committed to a college, so he really doesn't need to. He's doing this just to see live pitching. So
cool. And where's he going to school at? I know you told me before, but tell the audience.
It's Lemoyne College. It's up here in New York. It's a Division I school. They got a pretty good baseball program. So he's looking forward to it. So am I. There'll be one empty room in the house. Leave. It's time to go.
Yeah.
And my youngest son, Cody, who says hello. He'll probably hop in here soon. He got his brown belt. So he's ninjaing out, man.
What discipline is he doing?
He's kind of it's kind of like a cross between, if I had to guess.
You don't know? You're writing the checks, you don't even know?
It's kind of like a mixed martial art thing. There's a lot of Kempo in there, and I can see a lot of Okinawa and Goju. So there's some kickboxing too. So there's a bunch of stuff put into one. You know, I honestly don't think there's any dojo that just has one plain discipline anymore.
Is that because of what Bruce Lee did by mixing so many together? Have they all finally started doing that?
I think so. I think they just took the best of everything and just brought it into one. That's because I walked up to the owner of the place. I was like, "What's your discipline?" And he was like, "Well, that's just a bit of." I mean, he had a hard time explaining it, but he said there's a lot of Kempo in there and Okinawan stuff. And
so I was super disappointed to find out that there's more than one level of black belt, because I always assumed that once you got black belt, you were set.
Oh, you could.
But there's different degrees of black belt.
Yeah. What's Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan's like a 5th degree.
I heard him say 3rd, but might have been an old video. So, but that's what, jiu-jitsu? I don't know.
That's at at Cody's dojo. The head honcho Shihan, he's a 5th degree. So
cool.
Yeah. No.
So is there a certain level that you can teach? Like, do you have to be a black belt to teach?
Yes, definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, do you know what's really cool though? Is next week, my nephew and I, my sister Jamie's oldest son, him and I are going to a jujitsu gym, and to check that out.
Oh, you're gonna get beat up.
Beat the heck up.
Has he done it before? Have you done it? Have you ever?
I've done it, but he wants to get into the octagon. He wants to try to seriously fight, like fight. Yeah. So I'm like,
good.
Okay,
thanks.
let me go with you. I'm not gonna do it. No.
What about like? So are there different degrees in like kickboxing, or is that more like boxing where it's just video, please? Yeah, exactly. I want to see that. Brian is just vicious.
He's mean.
I love it.
How many? What's the second bottle of wine, Brian? Are you on? What a jerk!
Well, he had a picture yesterday. Let's bring up his. I can do it. But anyway, so like, what did I ask? Kickboxing question.
I don't know about levels of kickboxing and how they like rate you. I don't know if they have different color shorts, because I don't think they have belts.
I saw a clip the other day where it's like Joe Rogan was making fun of him for saying like, this guy is in black pants and this guy is in white pants. He goes, just say this guy's the black guy, this guy's the white guy. Sober baby, that's what's up.
Good for you, Brian. That's awesome.
He's still mean though. That's what's funny.
Are you sober right now, or are you sober like you quit drinking?
I think he was kind of talking last time I talked to him about backing off. I don't remember. But anyhow.
Anywho.
I was also kind of disappointed the day I found out that there was different levels of top secret clearance. Like, it's just like, it just felt like a TS is the top, but you can have like different levels, which I need to know. I get like you can have a TS.
What's higher than
top secret? Because like it's
really?
It's like, there's like, well, because like the Tomahawk guys on the ship or the nuke guys, there's a need to know. If they don't need to know, you don't get to know. Just because you have a clearance doesn't mean you get to know. But then you have like those people that are different clearance levels and such. It's like, oh, sure.
So what's higher than top secret? Top secret?
Have you ever seen the movie Top Secret?
No.
Oh my God, you got to watch it. It's got Val Kilmer in it from like way back in the day. It's slapstick comedy. If you don't like slapstick, you will not enjoy that movie. It's got one of the greatest fight scenes of all time. It's underwater.
Huh. Do you know what I saw the other day? Is Deepwater Horizon.
Brian, can you just come on?
TSSCI with full scope poly. Gotcha.
You should just come on, Brian.
Talking about full scopes, I'm getting a colonoscopy tomorrow. Ooh. No, 2 days. 2 days, yes.
So do you have to drink the stuff and poop the stuff?
Dude, it tastes so much. It's just like liquid chalk. It's liquid chalk. I hate it.
I haven't done that yet. I need to, but I haven't.
You have to, man. How old are you?
46.
You got to do it, bro. You got to do it. Preventative medicine.
Yeah.
It's the best sleep you'll ever get.
I wake up saying stuff like, but yeah. Yeah, it's kind of what does CS or SCI stand for, Brian? I'm just curious. Let's see, what else can we talk about? It's just been crazy. Ball season's been crazy. Major League Baseball, I don't know. Have you been paying attention to any of it? Have you had time?
Yeah, the Yankees are up 3-0 now on the Reds. I have my trusty.
Since when, Brian? Sorry. Lord forgive me. I want to look and see the scores now. Did you mention it? The Braves suck, man. They can't get a rhythm figured out. They'll do great for like a week. They'll win 7 games and then they'll lose 10. And they'll win 6 and then they'll lose 4.
Who's got the best? I know it's still early in the season, but who's got the best?
That's not too. It's far enough in there. Let's go ESPN. Then.
Record right now, the Dodgers probably.
I don't know, but to find out. I don't like Let's
They
see.
talk so much junk about Steinbrenner
Standings.
bought teams. The Dodgers bought this team. I don't care how many people say, no, they didn't. They're just talented. Whatever, dude.
Dang.
What?
Okay, so the Yankees are first in the East
Mhm.
at 577. Tigers are first in the Central with 620.
Wow.
And then the Astros are 577.
Well, Detroit's
Philly-
always strong.
The Phillies are 603. Cubs are 590. And the Dodgers are 608. So right now, the Tigers are the best team in baseball. 49 and 30. But
Would you say the Dodgers
it ain't
are 5-0?
about 603. 608.
Oh, 6-0.
608.
Okay.
Getting old, can't see. Sensitive compartmented information. That makes sense. Speaking of sensitive compartmented, no fingers in my, what's that word? Anyway, I had this dude. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that because people may be watching. Anyhow, so the strike zone stuff. We're about to. We can talk baseball for a minute. So if you don't like baseball, come back in a few minutes. So Major League Baseball made some pretty crazy rule changes last year and this year with some, like the pitch clock, which is fine, whatever.
John, you know what? I like
To me, it's stupid. The reasoning was stupid because if you're after commercial time, you've just ruined commercial time, right? I don't like okay, so I am a fan of the 3 batter minimum for pitchers. I am a fan of that. I think that throwing the first or trying to pick somebody off 3 times and they automatically get the bag, that's kind of weird. I don't know about that. I also don't like that if you decide to steal second, and the catcher just doesn't throw it to you, it doesn't count as a stolen base because it was uncontested. Like, I wouldn't be there if I wouldn't have made the effort to go for it. How come all of a sudden, like it doesn't count as a stolen base because you decided not to throw it?
I think that these athletes nowadays are just so freakish. They really are. These athletes that play baseball now compared to where they played 20 years ago, like Darryl Strawberry and all those guys.
Anyway, Darryl Strawberry.
But they are so freakish.
He's a preacher now. Anyway.
Is he really?
I think so, yeah.
Darryl Strawberry's dead.
Oh, well, I think he preached toward the end, or like he did a good testimony and was like involved in some stuff at the end.
Derek, help us out. Is Darryl Strawberry dead?
I think so. I think you're right. We need a Jamie.
Yes. My sister was good at that.
There are so many ways of spelling Daryl.
So Brian thinks that the umpire should go to the Helen Keller School.
I'm not joking. Like they suck now, and they're impacting games. It doesn't say he died right here. No. They're impacting games that, like, okay, so look at the LSU Coastal Carolina game the other day. They impacted that game. They didn't have to throw that coach out. He was arguing, yeah, but it's the national championship game. If you lose this game, you lose.
The umpire tripped over his feet. I saw it. The umpire tripped over his feet, and the umpire.
Oh, he was already kicked out by that time.
Then he got expelled for 2 more games because of that.
Yeah, but he was already kicked out by that time, and there's no more. That was the last game of the season, so first 2 games next year he can't be there.
Right.
But the problem in my mind is that no other sport is ejecting people because their feelings got hurt. And I don't know how you're going to
game.
I don't know how you're going to end it because the umpires union's pretty strong and you can't fight it hard enough. You got to. I mean, to me, I wish they could just start firing people. Like, you suck. Like, you suck so bad at playing third base. We're going to send you we're going to bump you all the way back to 1A because you're that bad. and you can't get rid of bad umpires. But the Major League Baseball fired an umpire because he was that bad, and then he's the one that ejected that umpire or that coach the other day. Like you're so bad at umpiring Major League Baseball, the NCAA is going to put you in behind the plate in the national championship game.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird to me. Like if you're not good enough to do Major League Baseball, you're not good enough to do college. That's a fact.
Oh, absolutely.
And we need to get CJ Huck on here because he spent some time as an umpire. He just passed the bar exam, so now he's a lawyer. So we have a lawyer friend.
Derek found out he's not dead, but he did have a heart attack recently.
So here's what I want to know.
So
are the umpires intentionally? So I got two people in us right here. Are the umpires intentionally doing this so that the robo umpire comes in? Because
basically they're throwing the game.
4 years ago, I fought the whole concept of a robo umpire completely. Now I'm all about it because he's got sucked so bad.
Is that what you're asking? If they're throwing the umpire game?
Yeah, are they being bad on purpose? Because in the minor leagues, they can argue it, and it's changed the way the umpires are umpiring. They're better in the minor leagues now than they are in the major leagues because of that. I'm all about being able to challenge that.
How much do they make? How much do umpires make?
So they said that crew chiefs are $250 and everybody else is $200
per game.
But if you think no, a season, $250,000 a season.
Oh, well, that's a good paycheck.
It is a good paycheck. But can you imagine? There's 15 games. There's 15 games going, right? So there's 30 teams. So there's 15 games going. Right. I looked this up a while back. There was I think there's 20 teams that are 20 umpiring groups, and they rotate, and so they have to fly all over the country and together. That team stays together the entirety of the season. But yeah, I mean, so no, they won't. They wouldn't want. Maybe it's easier though. Oh look, I can do this now. I can't do it on this one. But let's see if it'll work on this one. Let's see if I can do this. Boom. Look at that.
Yo, Big D, Derek.
It's not easy being up. You're right. It's not easy being up. Yeah, I've done it. I've spent a lot of time behind the plate. It sucks. It can be really difficult. But you got to be, man, you're impacting. You make a bad call, and it sticks with the kid the rest of his life.
It's not easy being a NFL kicker too, but you only have one job to kick the ball. Umpire, you have one job, especially behind the plate, call strikes and balls. That's it.
You would be surprised. So of course it's so up there you guys have Little League, right? Y'all play Little League?
Yeah, but every strike zone is different.
It shouldn't be. It's 17 inches wide.
But it is.
My rule was if it was 8U, then they got chalk to chalk. What their first year live arm, man, that's a big plate. But by 12U, you better be. It is 17 inches wide. You do not get a chance to 8U's coach pitch here.
Brian said it. He sees at the high school level. I do too. Like you would have an umpire that would call from knee to shoulder one game, and then from waist to chest the next game.
Right, and they just changed the head umpire call infield fly with no one on first. Yeah, see, I would have lost my mind. It drives me crazy. But okay, let's back it up a little bit. I have a friend. I don't watch sports near as much as I used to. I used to watch it like nonstop every day. But I think that the only sport where the referees or officials, umpires, whatever, are not getting worse is in hockey. Like I think NFL guys are getting them bad. I don't even watch WNBA, but I do get to see a lot of clips of bad umpiring or officiating in the WNBA. And in college football, which is my number one deal probably, I have seen a lot of really, really bad officiating impact games and impact seasons because of that. But they were saying like one of those talk shows, ESPN, whatever, was talking that baseball is the only one that they eject people all the time just for getting their feelings hurt. And you can't draw a line, get out of here. Like, well,
it's a liberal game.
I just wish somebody would punch an umpire in the face. All right, here he goes.
And
I have coached for 15 years, and I have really bad at all levels. I throat punched an who kept chest bumping. Okay. Hey, no one watches the WNBA, Brian Dahlheimer says, but everybody's watching their clips.
The NHL, that's another league that I think is sabotaging themselves, man.
But it's not the officials that are doing it. That's what we're talking
right. It's programming. I mean, what are they on? TNT? Who watches TNT anymore?
Well,
honestly, they've got to come out because I've seen a lot of people.
Don't most of the NBA games on TNT now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch the NBA. I hate it. There's no more defense.
But I think there's like the NBA on TNT is like the big deal. Like, yeah, but yeah, hockey screws themselves, and like baseball screwing itself. Literally, all you have to do is do away with the blackouts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then like if I have the MLB at bat app. If the Braves are playing in Houston or in Arlington, I can't watch them. They're not on. I don't have cable anymore, so I can't watch it, which is fine, whatever. If they're playing in New York or Atlanta, I can watch it. But if there's some of these people who are dealing with the blackouts, they live in the middle of Nebraska, and there's like 7 teams they can't watch. Like, what? That's just nuts. So, but if you don't live within driving distance of a stadium, then why are you dealing with blackouts? That makes no sense.
No, makes no sense whatsoever.
But if you want to bring in more revenue, sorry, last thing for me anyway. Well, I say that one of these guys say something. But if you want to bring in more revenue, you want the game to be longer. That way you have more commercials, right? I mean, people who are going to watch baseball are going to watch the entirety of the game, or they're not. You know, like if it's a good game, I'll stay up too late and I'll be tired the next day. But man, that's a good game, you know.
Well, that's because you're a fan. You know the basics of the game. I mean,
right.
if you got a newly baseball watcher, you know, whatever, a novice that's watching the game, and you got a 3-hour baseball game, they're not going to want to watch another game.
Yeah,
you know I mean, so and plus baseball is I still learn little things here and there about baseball. It's just such a very strategic game. So many little rules back, you know, it's just unreal.
I can know all the rules, but not how to win a game as a coach.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I wanted to talk a little bit about this whole, you know, the pitching clock.
Go ahead.
I can understand why they want a pitching clock, you know, to speed up the game a little bit because of that. Because I mean, if a pitcher is taking a minute and a half to pitch, you know, the pitch, you know, that's kind of insane, you know.
Yeah, but 20 seconds.
That's the other thing. That's the con. But you're really making these pitchers rush. The injury, the cause, they could get injured quicker. You know,
Pedro Martinez said that the problem is not that they're pitching fast; it's they're pitching too hard. That it's not a finesse thing anymore to pitch. It's let's right back and get it. You know, and now with Tommy John
90 now in the major leagues, anything under 90 is slow.
Yeah, and then Tommy John now, where they're able to take an Achilles tendon and put it in your elbow. And yeah, that's what they're doing. So like the tendon that's in your elbow is about like 3/16 quarter inch wide. Okay. And they're taking when they replace it because it breaks and it goes bad, they're replacing it with almost a 7/16 wide tendon that's thicker called your Achilles. And that's why they're able to come back and recover. There's people having elective, not even necessary Tommy John surgeries for their career.
That's crazy.
It's happening. It happens all the time. Like it's just
nuts.
It is nuts, but
that's nuts.
It is what it is. I don't know why people would do that, but okay, Derek said there that they are pitching these guys way too often and way too young. So I was asking you earlier, are y'all Little League? Because down here they have Pony League, and which is an official thing. It's not near as big as Little League, obviously. And then they have Dixie, obviously Southern, you know. And so I don't know which one it is, has outlawed breaking balls under 13. If the ball breaks, it's an automatic ball unless they hit it. So like if you hit it, then it's a live ball, play it. But if it has a break to it at 12, then it's a ball. Even if it's right down the middle. Even if it makes the guy back out of the way and it falls down the strike zone, ball. Because no breaking balls. Because these kids are doing stuff with their elbows. And I don't know if that's what Derek's talking about here. Oh man, look at that. Yeah. Well, let's get it. Let's get it on here. This is the. By the way, Derek, you weren't on the ship with us. This is the kind of stuff we would get all heated about. Anyway,
God,
biggest problem is coaching at younger levels. Jake's first year pitching, he was 12. Okay, and his first year came, and the coach tried telling him that he's going to 80 pitches. I told Jake, so they can go 80 pitches.
That's insane. That's insane for a young kid. That's way too much.
To know, well, it says the rest of it wouldn't put it on there so big. It said, I told Jake to let me know when his arm was tired, and at 50 pitches he was done. If he didn't say anything, that coach would have left him in. What he continues to go on saying there. And so here's another thing. This chapped my hind end big time at the beginning of the season this year. There's no rule in softball or in Dixie or Pony at all. Now, tell me if you remember this. There is no rule in either of them rule books, and I have gone through them with a fine-tooth comb, that requires a batter, either softball or baseball, to make an effort to avoid being hit by a pitch. So if the pitch is being thrown and you're about to get hit, you just stand there and take it, and you do not move. In Major League Baseball, Little League Baseball, college baseball, high school baseball, you have to make an effort to get out of the way.
Absolutely.
Or if you lean into it to get the hit, then even here, if you lean into one and they catch it and they believe you did that on purpose, then it's not considered a hit by pitch. Or if you're swinging and all that kind of stuff, strike zone and everything. And I had a coach say, why would you want to give up that automatic first base? I'm like, so these girls, these underhanded pitchers, dude, they're slinging that thing. Like, and you're okay with your daughter having her elbow destroyed for first base? Like, what is your problem? Like, and he looked and he goes, well, listen, you got to take every advantage you get. I said, hey, what's your name? And he told me. I said, good, thank you. I said, I will not let anybody I know play for you. And I've done that. I'm like, hey, that guy, you do not want your kid playing for them, because if he's willing to sacrifice your daughter's safety for first base, and I don't like that at all.
This isn't professional, man. Relax.
Yeah, even in professional, get out of the way.
A lot of these coaches, they're just like, they're going nuts. These kids are 12, 13, 14 years old. Relax. It's a game. Right. It's a game. It's insane.
Well, but Brian said that we wound up talking about baseball more than I realized we would. It's some passionate Yankees suck. Anyway, yes, but when I'm in high school pitchers, you can't throw more than 60 pitches without wanting to come out. I mean, like, my shoulder, I did not pitch, but I was an outfielder, and I played third base and outfield. I loved outfield. And I love playing right field. Sleep on me. I'll throw you out. I had 4 or 5 9-3 put outs in high school. So like, don't sleep on me. I'm ready to throw you out. And don't jog to first. And don't hit the ball to me and jog to first. Is what I always tell people. But like, so my shoulder, even now, to think about throwing a baseball, my arm starts to hurt. My shoulder hurts.
Oh, it's
and you'd say, oh, it's because you're older now, but it was like that back in the day too. You know, like it was kind of crazy. So I don't want these kids to hurt. There's no reason for that.
Right.
They're doing away with tackle football until they're a certain age. I'm totally okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. These kids are getting killed.
Yeah.
Way too early. But that's going to destroy them when they get to high school, because
these kids' bodies are always changing. They're always growing. They're always developing. You know, a sport is as violent as football, dude. I totally agree with that. Don't let them hit each other. You know. It's a difference of a whole bunch of buddies are like in the backyard playing tackle football. You know, it's
Absolutely.
something. But organized like that, man, yeah. And
But then you watch boxing.
there, but up here, northeast, dude, I don't want my kids playing like Pop Warner.
Yeah.
Parents are getting in fights at games. It's like, no, dude, what do you?
It's a little league game.
Then you have guys throat punching umps like Derek.
Man, I wish I could have been there. I wish somebody would do that in major leagues. Just one day, somebody just knock him out. Just
Aaron Boone's going to do it here shortly.
Yeah.
Lost every other game.
They have something out for him. I don't know what it is, but anyway, let's talk about. Okay, before we go,
Cops at baseball games.
So my first year umpiring at year umpiring in Louisiana, I had a guy set up in the stands. He was a friend of mine, and he was going to start chirping in the third inning so I could kick him out, so I could establish my dominance.
You didn't pee on his foot, did you?
Dude, I did not need him. I kicked the mom out for dropping F-bombs in the first inning.
Really?
And I had to get the cops to walk her out. Like, I looked like halfway through the second inning, I looked up and said, "Hey, Patrick, I don't need you." And he goes, "You can't make me leave."
Oh, no?
No, his game was them moms were just ruthless. Like, golly, what's the point, man? And so one year they said, we got the one year they said, we have a low number of people signing up. What can we do? And I said, well, kick the parents out. Just let the kids play ball, man. They'd have a great time. Like,
we have
yeah, I agree. I'm surprised the umpire hasn't got knocked out yet. And that's any sport. I'm waiting on it.
The thing nowadays, man, is that it's the parents' issue. There's a lot of parents, especially up here, that said, "Don't talk to my kids this way. Don't talk to my kids that way," and whatever. But you got to have a coach that tells it how it is from the beginning. Luke had a coach in Little League. I'm still friends with him today. His name is Jim Kennedy. He actually, in the first practice of every Little League season, he sat the players and the parents down and said, "I don't want to hear anything," and just lay down the law. I don't want to hear anything from the parents.
Yeah.
When they're here, they're on my time. I'll talk to them how I feel, this, that, and the other thing. And if your parents have a problem with it, just take your kids away because there's 5 other kids that want to take a spot right now.
That's right.
And they didn't have an issue.
Yeah.
And that was, I think that's a very good thing to do. Derek had to throw a dad out. He was drunk and getting mouthy. I told him to shut up before I did it. And by the way, Derek's from Nebraska. So he's the one.
Is he live there with you though? He lives in New York, right?
No. He sent me that.
Was he a Navy guy? I don't remember.
Oh yeah.
I've asked this every time he's come on. What is going on? I'm just trying to. Okay, I was just trying to look at the baseball scores and then start playing like crazy. Braves suck. They're down 3-0 to the Mets. Yankees are playing the Reds.
Yeah, they're winning too.
Winning. Of course they're winning.
What do you mean, of course they're winning? Shut up, Brian.
Let's see. Brewers, Twins, Pirates. Anyway, I love baseball. I love it so much. Even softball. I love it. And I tell every year when I was coaching, I would tell the parents at the beginning of the season, I love this game and I love everything about it. And it's my goal at the end of the season to have taught them the game better, to help them fall in love with the game better, to do it safely, but for them to have such a desire for this game, right? That's I love it that much because you have to have, in order for the game to keep going, you have to have coaches. In order for the game to keep going, you have to have umpires.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that so many people are in this travel ball mind that's the only way their kids are going to advance. And studies have proven that travel ball does not help softball it'll help them make the high school team, but it doesn't help them make college. Travel ball and baseball will help them make college. but not doesn't help them start in college. Just help them
Honestly,
make it.
honestly, that's not true for Luke, for my son. Um, he did the whole travel thing, and he did the PBR tournaments. The prep
Yeah.
baseball report. Everyone's like, "Oh, the bull riding thing." No, not the bull riding thing. It's called prep baseball report (PBR). And Luke went to Georgia. He went to Virginia. He did all these showcases in Michigan and everything. And do you know where he got looked? Do you know where he got seen? Playing a fall ball game in upstate New York.
Yeah.
All that money thrown towards people to quote unquote see him. He wasn't even seen. He was seen at a fall ball game. That's it. And the coach from Lemoyne was like, I saw him throw and I knew I wanted him on my team.
Yeah. What does he play? What positions he play?
Center field. But he can play anywhere in the outfield,
baby.
So right.
Old Dahlheimer. You're not coaching my kid, Brian. That's a fact. So I wanted to take a minute to talk about so at Memorial Day time frame. I live in an army town, and they had a
happy birthday to the Army, by the way, belated birthday.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to Brian. We already did that. So everybody that
whatever, Brian.
So they have the very first ever USO that was not on a base is in our town. And so they have a big deal every year. They bring all kinds of stuff. Have you ever seen the memorial? If you go online, you can find it. There is a mobile, smaller version of the Vietnam Wall, and they move it around all different places and stuff.
Oh,
and
really?
Cool. And it came here, and it was really neat to see that. I was really, really amazed. I went 3 times to look at it. It was pretty cool. It was only here for like 3 days. They just set it up, and it looks exactly like it. It's just really small in relation to it. But there they had a deal for Memorial Day, which is kind of weird because, the separation of veterans versus Memorial Day. But nonetheless, they had it. And there is a group in DeRidder, which is not just DeRidder, it's nationwide, called Quilts of Valor. Quilts of Valor is a organization that helps. Let's get back to the home screen here. It says that the mission of the Quilts of Valor Foundation is to cover service members and veterans touched by war with comforting and healing quilts of valor. Now, these are quilts. These are literal, like, heavy-duty suckers. I mean, the one that Christina got is like a weighted blanket, like quilts are, but it's kind of small, but it was still really amazing.
That's awesome.
And what they do is in the concept for that is that they do it for, it acts as a blanket, it acts as a hug is how they said it. And the woman that was doing it did not have a parent in the military, a husband in the military, a child in the military, but she was just so passionate about doing this. And so her group here in DeRidder, Louisiana, or actually Maryville, it's called the Red Hill Girls, and their number 583 is their group number. So that tells you there's a lot. I was trying to go online earlier and find out more about it. But it says that lifetime that they have given out 413,902 blankets. And these quilts are not shabby.
They're not tiny at all.
They are really nice. And it's done with respect, and it's done with a really cool it's done. I'm going to put those on the screen there. It's done with a lot of honor and a lot of really neat perspective. So I want to throw these up here. The website is qovf.org, Quilts of Valor Foundation.org. If you would like to donate, if you do not want to be blanketed, a blanket donation, you can look on there and find the local group in your area and donate directly to them.
So, is there any kind of merch you can buy from this place?
That's shop, but I did not read.
No.
Yeah, they have some like little things, nothing big, just like a blankets and a hat, socks, stuff like that. Like,
Are those quilted socks? That's hot.
yeah, just Ohio Star socks by. Okay, I don't know, but like I was hoping to find some pictures of the quilts, but if you wanted to donate, you can, and it'll give you just give online, donate to a local group, so you can find the group in your area and donate it to them. Or if you want to, right there, Red Hill Girls 583, you can donate to our local group, which is kind of cool. I was just really that woman was, and so what was really cool is when it was over with, I was able to go up to her and talk to her and spend some time with her, and she was very passionate again about this and really neat. And I hooked her up with our local um, American Heritage girl. Wait a minute. Yeah, American Heritage Girls and the Trail Life Boys, which is a Christian alternative to the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. And we have the local group that's works out of our church too, and so we hooked them up. Now the kids are over there helping present the blankets and quilts, and they're helping with building them, making them, sewing them together, and doing all the parts. This is really cool. So like, I was so excited to be able to help them with that.
So the donation, that's definitely something I'm going to look into.
Yes.
I think this is an awesome thing. How do they choose to?
So you have to be nominated.
Okay.
So you'll have to go on. You can go on the website and fill out a nomination for someone. So I don't know the full, but here's an online nomination form. You just go on the website, quilts QOBF, and fill out something for somebody. Now I know that recently I spoke with one of the. We have a guy at our church, as chief warrant officer. Awesome man, I love that guy. He was, I think he did like 24 years in the Army, retires as a chief warrant officer, and he talked about how they that this last time they did it was all Vietnam vets. Like it was all Vietnam vets, which is really cool.
Yeah. And
what was terrible? What did I do? What was terrible?
That's coming from Brian. I don't know. You probably swallowed wrong. But yeah, it's
swallowed a gnat.
This is just. I mean, I know it's just quilts of valor, but it's really important. I think it's really important, especially when it comes down to veterans who have PTSD or some kind of anxiety disorder because of what they've been through. A weighted blanket or something, or the hug you're talking about can help take that away. This is
right. Oh yeah,
it's very serious.
I mean,
it's a great thing.
And I'd never heard of it, but so my father-in-law, who was an Army vet, nominated my wife for one, and so we went for that, and that my pun is what he was laughing at, the blanketed pun.
You didn't swallow it?
Anyhow, and so the lady afterwards is like, why haven't you nominated your dad? Well, we just found out about this, so right. I'm looking forward to doing that and get him hooked up. And I mean, it's not just, hey, here's a blanket. They do a little. I mean, I don't know how they all do, but the lady here did a little ceremony with it. Like it wasn't just walk up there and get your blanket. It was walk up, be presented this blanket. Right. They put it on your back like a cape, like a hug. Like it's pretty cool. I was really impressed with it, and the I don't know what they're called, but like the one-star general of our local Army base was there, and he was talking to him, and it was really cool to see how that went. But
and might I add that quilting is not easy.
No,
it is not easy at all.
No,
I hate heavy blankets. It's crazy how so many like them.
Well, you've never been cold, then. He's from Nebraska. When I was in C school, there's a girl that was from Nebraska, and she hated South Park because the way they made fun of Nebraska. and I think about that all the time. I'm driving through Nebraska on Sunday. I'll be
Take
driving
pictures.
through. Of
Find out
what?
where Derek,
Of what?
find out where Derek
Corn?
is. I know Derek would buy you dinner. I know him.
Yeah. Of what? Take a picture of corn?
Or husks. Take a picture of a corn husk.
Hey, Brian, do you remember when we was in Korea? The first time, well, the only time we went to Korea is at Lake Champlain, and they had a jacket, it was a leatherish. I think it was leather, but it was like cheaply put together, and it had a picture of the husk. What is going on with the camera?
I don't know, but extreme close up.
I think it has a. How do you adjust it? I can't remember how to adjust it. I had to. There's like a hand signal for like. There you go. I remember reading about the hand signal. Okay. Anyway, that was a loser. Anyway, they. Anyway, this particular jacket had the ear of corn on it, and on the top it said Huskers, and on the bottom it said Corn Huskers. That's my new camera. I'm still getting used to my new camera. That's notice how clear it is. Like we have the number one zoo in the country. Oh, here we go. We have the number one zoo in the country, along with a ton of other stuff. Omaha.
I'm telling you, John. I'm telling you, stop and say hi to Derek on your way.
I'm not going through Omaha. I don't think Omaha's on the east side. I'm going to South Dakota to Mount Rushmore, so I'm not traveling from Louisiana. I will not be going near there. However, never know.
You never know.
Yeah, never know.
All right, so this is what we're planning. We're planning on doing at least one time a month. We really want to do twice a month, but for right now, because we got so much going on,
right? It's just been crazy. We'll get to a point where we can get more free time and do more of these. Get more guests. We got to get Derek Smith on. The guy's all kinds of attitude, so we got to get him on. He seemed like he'd be a fun.
Yeah, he's I consider him a brother. He's a good man. I love his son Jake. I consider myself his uncle. He's a good kid. Derek actually showed up and took Luke, my son, to Niagara Falls for his birthday.
Speaking of that,
unreal. I was like, well, who does this? Derek would do.
How far of a drive is that? 2 hours? 4 hours?
Derek goes on vacation every year, which I love. I love that he does that. He takes Jake and his missus, and he does his tour. And this year I missed his tour because I didn't answer him fast enough. But I'm sorry about that, brother. But yeah, he goes to Virginia to meet our buddy Ken he stays with, and then he goes to see his other people. Florida, he's got a couple buddies, but he wanted to shoot up and see me this year, but I didn't answer him in time. I had a lot of stuff going on, but he's just a good dude, man. Adrian.
Who's that?
It's AJ, a guy I work with. He's awesome.
Georgia. Anyway, so a couple weeks ago.
Happy birthday, Adrian. It was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, did he turn 46 also?
He did not.
Oh, that'd been amazing, wouldn't it?
I believe AJ turned 55.
Oh, AJ, if you look down the list, you'll see a guy named Brian Dahlheimer. He turned 46 yesterday. Do not talk to Brian Dahlheimer. Anyway, so last week, or week before last, my daughter took her first trip without me. And I was nervous. I was so nervous that I texted my friend J-Beck and said, hey, listen, my daughter's going to be in Buffalo. I know it's a few hours from you. If something goes wrong, I might need you to run to the hospital real fast. I might need you to go kill somebody real quick. She had a great time. She had a great time. Did great. And she went to Niagara Falls. And she didn't have a passport, so she couldn't go around to the other side and look at the better part. I guess you can see it better from the Canada side. I guess. I don't know.
They got a better view.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, but I've never been there, so I don't know. Been on vacation. Let's see here. Let's read this. We got to get rolling here.
No, you haven't.
Huh? Christina and I have started a anniversary trip. And the year before last, we went camping. We took everybody, which July 15th is a horrible time to go camping in Louisiana. Last year, we went to Arkansas to a place up in the mountains, Arkansas, and we haven't decided this year where we're going. I think we're thinking about Mobile, Alabama, and but I don't know yet. We're still trying to decide. But this year is our 25th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations, sir.
Love you too, Brian. Hope you have a wonderful evening.
Happy belated birthday, brother.
Yep. But
be good.
Well,
Make good
Jay,
decisions.
I love you. Appreciate you. Wish that we wouldn't have had to cancel them so many times, but it's okay. We'll get back.
No, we're gonna set a plan, and we're gonna do another one here soon, and we'll let everybody know. And we're gonna have a guest on, a surprise guest.
Who?
I don't know. Maybe I'll ask my friend again.
We gotta get the. And if you happen to be watching this, I didn't say at the beginning of it. Go follow us on YouTube and Facebook. I don't know whichever one you're watching. Go to the other one and share it. Tell your friends about our stupid conversations that we have.
Yes, and I think we're gonna do a couple lives on TikTok here soon too.
Oh,
so that'll be dope.
I got to get that rolling again. I've been meaning to do that.
Yeah, I got to do it too. I just don't know how to do it on the desktop. I got my phone, I can do everything, but I just don't know how to do it on desktop. So,
all right.
Anyway,
peace.
Later.
Love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Don't go nowhere, Jake. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.
See ya.